Hello guys. Alright. I'm deep in the woods. Not deep in the woods, but like already halfway. So I'm gonna keep this short. Hope you guys had, ladies, you had wonderful Mother's Day. I'm still seeing on Facebook like friends and people in general posting pictures of family, moms with their kids, and I didn't make such a picture but on Sunday, but it's okay. Got a present, another necklace. Like last year was a necklace with the names of the 5 kids. This year was a necklace with the names of the twins. And when I first saw it, I actually thought it was like is it for like the leg or for the wrist, like a bracelet, because the chain is really tiny and but also very short. So I thought, is that for me or for my baby girl, or like what is it? So I decided to keep it for her anyways. It has her name and her brother's name, so it's gonna be nice on her someday when she's a bit older. Yeah, I hope you guys had great Mother's Day. To me it's irrelevant. Every day is a Mother's Day to me, and it's non-stop, no break, no vacation, no day off, no sick day, nothing. You're not allowed. It's not an option to be a sick person. No way. No, I can be allowing myself to be sick ever, until those kiddos are a bit bigger at least. They're sleeping now. Oh, by the way, that's my favorite t-shirt. It's like red from Angry Bird. It's my baby girl. She's so cute. She's so pretty. And then this is my baby boy. He's holding his cap. We actually were outside the house for a while, but we're planting some cucumbers in the garden because today is nice, but from tomorrow it's going to be rainy, and they're not going to be in the near future any sunny days ahead of us. So I was like, it's today or never, man. It's now or never. So I did. Let's see how it goes with those cucumbers. People like cucumbers and tomatoes in our house, so I can't help it. If I have a little chunk of land, I would fill it up with something. So today I'm gonna share with you a story, and if it's windy a bit, I apologize. It's a bit windy. It depends where I'm, I guess, walking. But I'll share with you a story and you'll see where that goes. Okay, it's from work. When I was in my first year of work as an English teacher, and back then I was going to 4 schools. My second year too, I guess. Yeah, but one of the schools was really challenging, I would say, and the reason why is because the kids were very difficult, and there were lots of them that were mental. I would say it straight. They were mental, and I'm sorry. I have, a hard time with one of mine too. But my kids at school behave. At home, they can be whatever they want to be. That's fine with me. But like those kiddos are some characters. And then nobody in the initial training of my company ever explained to me or to us as a whole that they integrate. At least I didn't hear it, and I was shocked. They integrate them in the room with everybody else, and so everybody suffers. I think I talked about that before, so I'm not gonna repeat it. But it was really hard for me. That was really hard. Eventually, I think towards my 3rd, 4th year, I kind of got, used to it. And so I tried, I knew how to handle certain situations, certain people, but also I realized that those kids, when they spend time with you throughout the years, they get to know you and they know you're not a bad person or like not some knucklehead that they want to be weirdos around, you know. So I just wanted them to know that I'm their friend. They can talk to me in English all they want. I try to speak some Japanese, but my Japanese is really poor. I could understand a lot of what they were saying, but I couldn't say back, so I just spoke back in English. And so the hardest was the 6th graders, right? Because they go, that's their last year in elementary school, and then after that they go to junior high, and you know, I'm still in elementary school afterwards. So those first 6th graders I sent off. There was one particular class in that particular school. Yeah, I don't want to remember them, but yeah, they're now high schoolers. It's funny, huh? Probably towards the end of high school, if not their last year, probably. Yeah, anyways, wow, time flies. Anyway, so there was this boy. I'm not gonna say his name, but I remember it. We were in groups. I was making them connect their chairs in groups and do something on paper. I don't remember what it was. Was it coloring fruits, or we were doing something like shapes or colors or something within the textbook or something we had to do. I don't remember. Not memory of that. Sorry, it's windy. But I remember I was turning towards one group, and then from behind my back somebody kicks me on the foot, like this part here, and it hurt. Okay, you guys, it hurt. He kicked me really hard, and I knew who that was, and I knew he was mental, because you know, this was probably towards the end of the school year, and so it was hard. So what I did next was I turned towards him, because see, if you were some kind of like, I don't know, I guess because I'm Bulgarian I didn't. No, nothing more I can say. Anyways, I turned towards that kid and I went really close to him, which intimidates, right? Like in this culture nobody goes that close to you. And I told him with really loud voice, "You do not kick me. You do not kick me." So I was like, whew. Yeah. And then I was like almost in tears, because it really hurt, right? And I didn't see it coming. And the teacher didn't do absolutely anything about it. And so I swallowed and I kept going with my class. Oh boy, I went to that staff room and I did cry. I remember. I was like, nobody pays me for people to hit me at the workplace. Doesn't matter adult or a student, doesn't matter. This place is wicked. And so I was really frustrated, and then I remember I even emailed my company about it, and I was like, you guys don't pay me enough for that. I am not going to go through that every single week with that particular class. And correct me if I'm wrong, but like I think twice a week the 6th graders had English. It wasn't just once a week. 5th and 6th grade they had twice English. So I was not ready to go back to that room and face that weirdo. And I know in his head I know he didn't do it because he hated me or something, you know. That's the hard part. So I understood that, but it took me time to understand that, because I don't have the background and the knowledge of child psychology, let alone mental kids. And so, and sometimes even if they're normal, they want to be mental, they just want to be, you know, kids. They're like 6th grade, hormones are all over, up and down, and they just want to make fun of the new English teacher. I get it, but it was hurtful for me. So, and that particular school, make a note, guys, the other schools were awesome. And that was like middle-sized school. There was like one that I was most days of the week there, and they were awesome kids. I mean, they were awesome, but they were kids of farmers pretty much. And so that area has really like good farming They grow lots of veggies, and that's where the prefecture is famous with. And they were just awesome people. I don't know what's with them, but and one of the schools was the school that my kids go now. But they back then they were not going there. They were still in a nursery school, so I was there too. It was like 10 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes walked from my house to there. But and then there was one more that became eventually my favorite school. That I was there for 4 years and I loved it. And that school is just something special. I love it. Anyway, so I think because I made lots of friends with the teachers there. So, but that's a different story. Let me tell you what happens next. So this kid kicks me, right? I don't remember, was it the same day later on, or then the following day I was in that school? I don't remember. I remember the homeroom teacher coming to my desk with a paper, and he started reading that paper to me. I could understand that much that it was apologetic. He was apologizing. He started with apology, and so he started reading it word by word, and I'm like, but see, that's the funny thing, you guys. My desk. So that's how is a staff room organized in Japanese school. You have to understand that the reason I'm explaining to you is because it makes sense what he did and why he did it. So when you enter a room, just imagine it's like a rectangle, right? It's a rectangle, and on one corner of the rectangle, the short side, is where the whiteboard with all the plans for the whole year is there, and that's where the desks of the principal and the vice principal, if it's a big school, 2 vice principals, and the secretary or whatever is there, and then the others are just like lined up in 2 lines. So those guys here, they can see everybody, right? So my desk, I was at my desk, and I was like, the principals were on the side here, and my desk is like all the way here somewhere. But that teacher comes to me facing the principal's desks, and I'm pretty sure at least one of them was there. I'm pretty sure the principal was there at his desk. It was around maybe lunchtime or afterwards during the break. I don't remember. But I remember him standing there, and I just looked at him and I was like, it's okay. I just told him it's okay, which means please get lost. I don't want to see you. I don't want to talk to you because you didn't step up and did nothing in that class. And the kids saw that. So for me, that was not okay. And so he ignored my reaction, and he just paused without even looking at me, and he kept reading the paper. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna let him have it. And so he read the whole thing. It was like a page long. I don't know what he was saying word by word. I was apologetic. No idea what he was saying. So you apologize to a person after you did nothing, and you apologize reading something like a pre-written script, and you do it in a different language. I mean, come on, you guys. How cool is that? You don't see that every day, right? Only in Japan. So, and he faced the principal. So the principal probably knew about this. People talk. So the principal knew about it, probably, and I connected with my company, so they probably called too. And it got really thick and we got really deep, and I've had it. I was like, that's fine. I understand. I'm going to deal with cycles here. I'm fine. I'm going to keep working here because I need the money. Anyways, so, and not only that, because I really enjoy children. And honestly, I've been teaching even before that. I was teaching in the house. Kids that are now junior and high schoolers, they grew up in our house being taught English. Anyways, so, yeah, I let him have it, and I didn't say much. I just kept doing what I was doing on my desk, getting ready for next class or whatever. And I'm pretty sure, he made good eyes for the principal to see. He made amends with them probably. Oh, birdies. And anyway, so that's that. The reason I'm telling you that, the next class, that kid was watched very closely. I didn't even get any closer around him. I made sure in that class we don't go in groups anymore. Whatever we're doing, I was doing it from distance, and I wasn't sad when they left the school. That's what I'm going to say about that. But the reason I'm sharing with this experience is because there's this truth. There's this thing that happens in life sometimes, and you wonder why, and it's annoying. Okay, I'm going to tell you the straight now. What was in his head is he was doing the right thing, right? He clearly saw that I was hurt. He knew that I was new. I mean, they all knew that I was local. I was married to a Japanese and I lived here for a few years, but that doesn't mean anything. I honestly had no idea what's like at the workplace in Japan. That was like my first year. So, before that, I was just in the house all the time, just like right now. And so, should have started those videos back then, huh? 10 years ago, 8 years ago. Anyway, so he did the right thing for himself, from his background, from what he knows, from what the moral standards in this country do, based on the structure of society and acceptance and of whatever you call it. I don't know. He did the right thing, being taught from early age what to do and how to deal with people who are hurt. But also he wanted to save his back, so that he did it very in a very obvious way. And so I learned something from that experience, that sometimes you try your best, you walk the extra mile. Like, it took him probably time to sit down and write that thing instead of having a break, or instead of playing with the kids outside. I don't know. Instead of grading papers, he sat down and wrote that thing, and he probably had to think it just sounds smart, because hey, I don't understand a word he was saying, but the others around me were listening very carefully, trust me. And so he did his best probably, and he probably it's actually very, very humiliating to stand at the desk of a lady who is a foreigner and apologize to her in a letter form. People don't do that here. Ladies apologize. Your mistake, you apologize anyways. In the workplace, it's like that, you guys. The guy is the main character, the main boss of the game. You don't apologize like quietly or like in a corner. You just do it publicly. And so it was probably not easy on him. He probably went home and he felt like this little that day, because he had to apologize to this foreigner, stupid whatever lady who doesn't know what she's doing, and she doesn't have any idea what he's dealing with. She's dealing with that kid for 45 minutes twice a week, but he deals with that kid every single day for how many periods plus lunch. It's hard on them. I understood him very well, but I was angry mostly at myself, because I was not prepared, and I don't have the knowledge how to do it to help them. My point was, I just wanted to know how to help them. So eventually, little by little, I learned to be like them, to see the situation like them. I have no idea, you guys, what I've been through. Like, they will be like those little people in a different school. They'll be like little first, second graders who are forced to bring their chairs from the classroom outside to the sand. It's like I don't know where, like look like this, like dirt, sand. That's how the field looks like outside. It's not like concrete or grass or anything. It's just sand, dirt, sand. And so they have to do that every time when they have sports day, which is usually in May now, or in September, it depends on the school. But back when that was like 5 years ago, that was in September for us here. And now most of the schools turn to May, but anyway, so they would do that, and the teachers put this, and the PTA members, they would, parents teacher association, whatever, they would put the tents up the day before or a few days before. And during the practices also, they had to take their chairs out and put like plastic bags on the chairs' legs, so that when they go back inside the classroom, they take the bags. It was just misery. And some of those kids were so tiny, and I wanted to help them and carry their chair. I wanted to help all those little people and carry their chairs. And you know what? Those helping teachers, those like grandmas that are like only working half day, like from the morning till lunch, and then just leave before lunch is served. Those grandmas just, one of them just stared me down and was like, no. She just shook her head. And so I backed up because I don't want to be in trouble, but I just feel so bad for the kid. And now I know why she was doing that. She just wanted that kid not to rely on somebody else, but carry his own or her own burden. Just carry it and be strong and be proud of herself or himself at the end when they did it. And so they're very much like that here. Very much like that. They teach you to a certain age, and once you're out of the house, like school or nursery school even, you are taught to be independent and to survive and to be proud of yourself, but like in a very humble way. Anyways, thing I will never understand, at least not fully. So yeah, and then so back to my point. You sometimes don't you have those people in your life where they come to you and they do something that they think is nice and they think it's helpful, but actually how you feel inside is like completely different, like almost like annoying, or with the risk to sound ungrateful, like it's just not what you need, it's not what you want, and it's not how you see the situation to be worked out. And isn't that really annoying, you guys? Like sometimes even, does it happen to you too? You go to a person, you baked something, or like, I don't know, there are millions of examples. You bake cookies and brought to somebody, but then it turned out they're allergic to nuts or whatever, like things like that. And I honestly don't know how to deal with that kind of stuff. Do you guys have any suggestions? Can somebody share an experience or tell me, how did you guys deal with that? Like, honestly, like, I'm trying step by step as a mom. I'm trying to understand that and appreciate the little acts of kindness that my kids come up with. And then if they don't explain to you why they did it, sometimes you would take it like the wrong way and be like, why are you not, like, just fire up, and they'll be like, why is she angry with me? Like, what did I do wrong? My intention was completely different. And it's really hard. So dealing with people is really hard in first place. Unless, and like here, they would apologize, they would smile, they would bow to you, they would be like looking super grateful and stuff, but like actually probably they don't care, or they don't really, I don't know. And with that said, guys, I just wanted to show you this. Look at this. This is so beautiful. This is like green and purple. It's just really pretty. Anyways, back to the story. Since then, that homeroom teacher, I think he stayed another 2 or 3 years. I don't remember. He stayed for another year or two. I don't remember. But I grew to respect that person. I respected that person because for whatever reason they gave him always the hard kids, and I don't know why. I guess because he's very patient and he doesn't judge them, so he had a way with the kids. But I was a young in the field, not young in age, but like young in the field kind of person, inexperienced. And so, yeah. I remember later on, maybe on a different occasion, when I saw him in the classroom struggling while my English class, because they always give him the knuckleheads, and they don't really care, but he cared, and he wanted them to learn as much as they can English. Sorry, it's uphill. So he had a hard time one time. I don't remember details, but I remember looking on my phone on Google Translation the word patience, because if I looked for the word patient, you are patient, which I don't know how to say in Japanese. Patient could be also patient in the hospital, right? So I didn't want to mess up, so I just used the noun. So the kanji noun, they can probably figure it out. So I just showed him that kanji, and I told him, you have lots of patience. I didn't say you are patient. You're patient or you are patient. Yeah, those are different things. Anyway, so, but I just made sure that it's like very, very obvious. I was like with my phone, almost like running, pacing through his desk. And I didn't care who was watching or who was there. I didn't care. I just showed it to him in a break, and I was like, thank you for thank you. You have so much patience. Like, I guess he was helpful, trying to be helpful during the class, and it was just struggle again. And he got really uncomfortable. And, he said, thank you. But, he just left the room right after. So I was like, well, I guess I do what I think is right. And I appreciate. If you take it like, go shy yourself, well, that's fine. I'm fine with that. Clearly, a Bulgarian and Japanese person cannot really make it work in any kind of relationship, because I've come to that. I mean, I don't want to put a title like a nationality, because they're also different Bulgarian people, and I'm just me, and I have it hard. And so sometimes it's like a plea out there, you guys. Just help me out with that. Like, I don't know what to do. Or when you see somebody, you probably think it's rude what they did, or it's like annoying, leave me alone kind of thing, but their intention is just pure help and extend a hand of compassion. Just take it. But then sometimes it's like, there are other times, like when you realize, so all that goodness that was done to you is just not because for you really, but for another reason. Then that hurts. That really hurts. And in those terms, I just, in those cases, I just back up. I always back up. I don't want to be in an atmosphere of fake kindness. And yeah, this looks like strawberry, by the way, but what my boy said is, what is it called? They call it like snake strawberry, I guess. There are lots of snakes out now because it's getting warmer and warmer, and then they're in those ditches, abundant ditches. They have plenty of them, especially where there are waters. There are always snakes out. But my please be careful from those snakes in life, not those in the fields. Those in the fields are mostly harmless. But people dressed like sheep are inside wolves. Be careful, guys. And I know, and I believe that most people in this world are good people, and most people seek harmony and balance, to balance out life, so it's more pleasant for living, of course, obviously, but like, also we have to deal with our differences, which we don't necessarily see as a plus. most of the time we see it as a barrier I have to overcome. And so I'll leave it there. And I hope you guys are having a great week. It's only a Tuesday, right? Tomorrow is half week done. And it will be very rainy here. Don't like rainy. I always feel like under the weather, and when it's like that, it's hard. But I'll have lots of stuff to do with the babies upstairs, probably. Can play indoors tomorrow. All right, talk to you later. Bye.